Right, so today we're making a deep house track from scratch. So it's got an organ bass line and piano. So yeah, in under an hour we get most of the track done. Yeah, just get on with it. If you want to preview the track, you can skip to the end and the whole preview is there, okay? Hello, so today we are making a deep house track from scratch in an hour. Let's fucking do this. Right, so let's start with the kick. I normally start with the drums. So kick, clap, and then a hat. Right, so let's find a kick. We're against the clock, so I'm gonna go to, I mean that sounds horrible. Let's just try and find one quickly then. Kick. These headphones are not the greatest. My actual one's just broke, so I'm stuck with these for the minute. Right, I mean that's horrible, but let's do that anyway. Well, I normally do everything in MIDI because then this way you can go back and change it. So say I'm not happy with this kick or want one in a different key, I haven't got to go through the whole track and mess around with all the single samples. I can just click that and then drag a new one into the sampler. It's just so much easier. I do it for all the drums, to be honest. Apart from if it's like maybe percussion, then I might do it as just a drag in samples. Okay, so then the clap. Let's go for a 909 because I know everyone will have that. So drum hit, clap, 909, bosh. Speed this up a bit. No one wants to be at 120. Right, let's add maybe a bit of saturation. Bit of drive. Beef it up a little bit. EQ it maybe, take out a bit of the low end because I do know the 909s are a little bit dirty in the lower end. Okay, I'm just going to do one layer of everything for now, and I'll probably come back if we've got time at the end and layer everything up just to make everything sound a bit fatter. Alright, so hat, let's go for the 909 as well. Drums, hi-hat, open. And what I normally do, because I'm lazy, is grab the kick, MIDI, and move it. Okay, so that's way too open, so let's lower the sustain a bit. Otherwise it's just a bit messy. So now, get an auto track. I do normally do this, I won't lie. I prefer working with hat loops, because again I'm quite lazy. So let's see. Got a few saves. I've got a new laptop, so not many are saves. Right, so all a load of shite. Let's go to the Vengeance ones. These are quite good. And let's go to drum loops. 124. Again, you can do this with any sample pack. We'll just use that one for now. It's actually using the same hat as the 909, so it's sort of phasing a bit. Try that. Sounds a bit better. It's a bit techy because of the rhythmic. Again, you do want to try and find a good loop. Because without a good loop, you're not really going to be feeling the track and you ain't going to want to push forward with it. So it is quite important. You do actually find yourself quite a nice little loop. So I do normally spend a little time going through this. Don't like that. But for the sake of this, we're going to do that. Yeah, it's alright actually. It's on complex, move it to beats mode because obviously it's drums. We're going to lower the transient a bit. This basically just makes it shorter, makes the hit shorter, so it's basically less spillage. Let's change this hat. drums, hi-hats, open. Quite like that. Yeah, that seems alright. These headphones aren't great, so I do struggle to hear it properly. However, let's EQ the hat. Let's also copy and paste that same EQ onto the loop. Alright, pretty basic, a bit boring. However, we will move on. I normally like to group the drums, sometimes group the kick separately with the bass. For this, I'm just gonna keep it like that. Okay, so got drums. I normally add a little drum bus, fatten it up a bit. Drum bus is basically, it's like a compression plus saturation plus God knows what else they chuck in it. Be careful with the trim though, because it can be a bit loud. Maybe turn that little kick down. Bit of crunch. Okay, happy with that. Sort of, not really. Turn the trim down again, don't want it to be too loud. Right, we have that sorted now. Either now, once I've done the drums, basically either go straight to bass, work up from there, build chords from the bass, start with chords, build bass from the chords, or I start with a vocal and build around that. So let's start maybe with the bass. Alright, make sure it's not in that group. Bass. Serum. I'm going to keep it quite simple in terms of plugins, just so that everyone has it, like use the standard stuff like Serum, which everyone should have, and if you don't, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, alright, let's pick a bass. As you can see, everything's a mess. I've just got a new laptop and I've made it a mess already, which is pretty poor. Sound Factory is pretty good. Don't even know what that is. Silent. This is Serum. Oh, Zenworld one. Where is that? That's quite good. Selected. Selection. For FM. Not too impressed with that. Zenworld. Right. Okay, so then I put the MIDI in. We can always change the bass later. Same with everything. You just got to sort of see what works. Because if you commit to one thing too much, then you end up going to want to change it anyway. Like, it's just not going to work. You'll be forcing it. You don't really want to force everything. So don't be afraid to just go back and change elements like the drums, bass, all that sort of stuff. You just got to get the basics of the track out. So let's go for what? Let's go for E minor. What I normally do, I then go to Google Chrome. I'd go E minor scale. Oh look, E minor scale. Plop it all in. Luckily I know it all because I have done it so often with every scale. It's the same if it's in minor. I always pick a minor really. Yeah, just maybe I'm a bit depressed. Kidding. Right, let's go and fill all of these in. Right. Oh. Put them to the side, then you just know what you're working from. Right, so put in a basic one. Let's just go like that. So yeah, with this, I just sort of play the first note, obviously the root note of whatever key you're in. Should always start with that, unless you want to. You can also dip up like that, but for that, we just start with this. I basically just play it until I get something that I like. So let's have a play. I don't know. Right, let's go up. Don't want it all just going down. It's a bit sad, isn't it? Right, I'm happy with that. So then now I would normally probably grab a vocal, and where should we go? Splice. Let's go female. We're already in it. Female hooks. Instruments, vocals. What are we in? E minor. So also, if I'm in E minor, there's also a relative major. So if you can't find anything in E minor, if you Google, oh, what's a relative major? Look, G major. So you could also search G major, and it's the same scale. It's just, yeah, people get tripped up by that. So I know a lot of the newer stuff I've downloaded isn't that good. And let's go something old.
Forever's an and you never really say what you wanted from me, baby, but make this hard on myself. It's so quiet, I don't get close, and you never really say what you wanted from me, baby, but I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you want. And you never really say what you wanted from me, baby, but I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you want.
Okay, so we found one in E minor. I've got the wet version just because it's quicker. I haven't got to mess around straight away with obviously audio effects to make it wet. By wet I mean add processing to make it sound better, like reverb, that sort of stuff, compression. So yeah, I've just gone for the wet and we can just drop straight in. Let's turn it up a bit. Okay, so it's 110 BPM, so click the warp. 110. Make sure it's in complex, not beats. When I first started, I kept leaving it in beats. I was thinking, why does it sound the shit? That's why it sounded the shit. Put it in complex or complex pro. And you never really say what you want. And you never. Okay. Let's mute the bass for now because that does sound shite. Okay. And you never. So it's going to start, and you never bomb on a drop. And you never really say what. Close. And you never. Zoom in. And you never really say what you wanted from me, baby, but I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you want. Alright, yeah, that's alright, innit? See if and you never make this hard. I don't get close. No, I won't let you go. Then it's got don't make me wait, don't make me wait. Horrible. 'Cause you're gonna want, you wanna run. Alright, let's actually try G major, will it? Let's have a little look. I don't think you. I don't wanna want you all the time. That's baby, how you lie. I just wanna have fun. Love me, leave me, I don't. Darling, forever. Driving down the pool. As you can see, there's not a lot of good ones. That's why a lot of the time I do actually maybe find the vocal before I write the bass and things like that. So this actually, we might have to change the key. That's fine though, isn't it? We've still got time. E minor. Don't make me. So as I said, don't get too stuck on a particular thing. No, we've already in E G. Let's go for G minor, or maybe G sharp. Is that cool? And hurt the ones I do you feel never go flatter on. I just wanna say yeah. Tell yourself you have to. Yeah. Right, we're gonna stick with what we got. Okay.
and you never really.
So then you sort of want to make the bass line fit with it. So let's start that again.
Never, and you never, never really, never really, never really say,
There we go up,
never really say what
down.
you wanted from, never really say what you wanted from, never really say what you wanted from me,
A little double hit, just because.
never really say what you wanted from me, babe.
No, definitely not.
Never really say what you wanted from me, baby. Never really say what you wanted from me, baby. But I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you want.
A little bit sad, but
And you never really say what you wanted from me, baby. But I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you want. Never really say what you
again, it's just a matter of playing around with it.
really say what you wanted from me, baby. But I know what you want.
No,
Yeah, I know what you want.
absolutely not. Right, maybe just keep it down like that. Maybe just come up a note at the end. Back to maybe that.
Yeah, I know what you want.
Like this.
Never really say what you wanted from me, baby. But I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you want. Never really say what you wanted from me, baby. But I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you want.
Definitely not there.
I know what you want.
Nah, I don't know. Right, let's just keep it there for now.
I know what you want.
Okay, that is sounding bad because of the bass, I'm going to say. There is quite a few nice ones somewhere. Again, it's just looking for the right sounds. Otherwise your track's never going to be good. You're never going to be able to polish a turd like that preset. Let's try this. Quoof. Maybe take that off. Let's play around with the envelope. I think there's a bit too much compression. I think it's just a bit loud. Right, that's fine. Let's lower the alright, let's go for that for now. Or what we even could do, let's go for, see this, when I'm making a track, it's just trial and error. I saw a TikTok or something that someone sent me the other day, and it's basically just like, if you don't keep making tracks, like no one knows what they're really doing. Like obviously you know what plugins do what does what, but you're never really going to know what ideas are going to work until you've actually tried them. So you've just got to keep plodding through it and basically trying ideas. So we see that that kind of works. Could it be better? Definitely could be better. So I've gone into Korg M1. Most of you should have this. If not, you can probably download it somewhere naughty for free. I'm not going to put a link for that in my bio, but mine is actually legit, so as is my Serum, so as is most of mine, to be fair. Okay, but everyone knows that that needs to be taken right off. That can be off. Get all these insert effects, just make it sound a bit like hot ass. Right, let's add that. It's just pitching it up an octave. Alright, it's not too bad. keep the exciter on. The exciter is banging. It's basically just saturation sort of thing. Okay, let's take the low end off that. Again, we go EQ8. Would normally sort of use Pro FabFilter Pro Q ones, but for the sake of this, so yes, go along, sweep. Don't want to boost that, sounds horrible, resonating. But this mark brings out a bit of character. Don't want to go too far because obviously it's going to sound weird. You want it to sound as natural as it can be, really. Okay, let's play that.
And you never really say what you want from me, baby, but I know what you
Alright, let's just play around with these notes. So
never really say,
bum, 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 bum.
never really say what you never really say what
What's that? D.
never really say what you want.
Way too high, right. Let's rethink. Let's go for E.
Never really say what you want. Never really say what you want from me. Never really say what you want.
Nah.
Never really say what you want. Never really say what you want from me, babe. Never really say what you want from me, babe. Never really say what you. Never really say what you want from me. Never really say what you.
Let's go that.
Never really say what you want. Never
G again.
say what you want from me, babe.
Double hit. Double hit maybe. Who knows?
Say what you want from me, baby, but I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you want. Never really, never really say,
Again, it's just playing around.
really say what you want from. Never really say, never really say,
Oh, my ear is terrible.
really say what you want from me.
Alright, let's just leave it like that. I mean, normally I'd be faffing around making it sound banging. Maybe like references to old tracks, like with the bass lines. It's normally like dun 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 sort of thing.
Never really say what you want from.
Like XY Constant, he's got some good ones with nice organs. Right, let's just leave it at that for now. Oh Christ. Right. Maybe add a bit of reverb. I'm gonna do it externally, because otherwise you're sort of drowning out the mix. You can also do it in a bus, but let's just do it like this.
And you never really say what you want.
This way the reverb sits on top of it, sits on top of the dry signal, rather than drowning out the dry signal. Because obviously if you turn the wet up, then you're mixing out 22%, say, of the dry signal, so it's not going to be as strong.
And you never really say what you want from me, baby, but I know what you want.
Right, that's got changing it.
Never really say what you want from me, baby, but I know what you want. Never really say what you want from me, baby, but I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you. Never really say what you want from me, baby, but I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you want.
Right, let's try and spice it up.
Yeah, I know what you.
It's too much, isn't it? That's quite annoying. So a lot of other basses doesn't ping up that much.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. So let's try and just play about with these.
Baby, but I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you want.
Maybe this one as well.
Never really say what you want. Never really say what you want. Never really say what you want. Never really say what you want from me, baby, but I know.
spice it up quite a bit. Alright, so have a look at me. Right, okay, I'm happy with that. Let's check it's recording still. Let's hope it is. Right, so now let's go for piano. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Korg M1. Gonna go. I normally like the Velo piano. Let's go for that. It's just quite compressed and over the top. Okay, right. Let's leave it for now. So it's an E. Go G up an octave. So that's a 1/3. So from E to G. Then a short on all of these. Why has it got so much reverb on it? Sounds weird. Cool. Maybe even put the G up another octave. Okay, let's just do basic for now. Right, so I'm go G, go up to B. Okay, E, so that would be G, and then we've got G up a third. Oh, it's all the same as that. Right, anyway, maybe keep that. So A, B, C. Right, let's just keep it at that actually. Just basically just playing around with what sounds best, but keeping to the rules. Right, so let's drop down. Got D, so we've got F sharp. Another third on that is A. So you can hear that's sound a bit low. Could be the piano, could be the chords. So I'm gonna maybe try and keep it like that. Bit intense, isn't it? Right. Try and maybe put the F up here. Maybe delete the F. Go with the D up. Up here. Again, the piano, there's a million different ways that you can do it. Trying to keep it quite basic for this. Just doing thirds and fifth chords. As you can hear, it's too low, it's failing, so alright, sounding alright. Again though, you might play it with the vocal and it just doesn't sound right, so you have to redo it, but let's just try anyway. C up there. So yeah, all I'm doing is the third an octave above and then putting that another octave above, so 2 octaves above. See, that obviously doesn't work, so maybe let's go back to the B. This will be the problem. So F sharp. Oh, it's gonna be too high though. Let's hear it. Okay, it sounded alright, but I do not like this part. So maybe let's drop it to this. Yeah, it's sort of quite power chords, to be fair. Would normally probably go for like a softer style with this genre. So let's maybe change to a grand, and then everyone's got that as well. Grand piano. And harden this up. And also all the velocities up, so it's just proper hard and compressed over the top. Sounding pretty alright. That's not got a note. And let's just go G again, but an octave up. Nah, sounds shred. Make it smaller. Alright, maybe let's grab this whole bottom set. Go E, it's in E, go all the way up. Just add a bit of high end. Maybe even try and get this bottom set of notes. Push these up an octave. Let's hear it with the rest.
And you never really say what you wanted from me, baby, but I know what you want, yeah, I know what you want.
Alright, yeah, it sort of works. Let's grab, because you didn't grab this bottom bit. So let's put that up an octave to B. Yes, there.
I'm walking around.
I only have one subscriber, no one's going to care. Right.
And you never really say what you wanted from me, baby, but I know what you want, yeah, I know what you want.
Right, they're sounding pretty decent. Let's pitch this up to D, chuck that. Just so it's got a bit of low notes, because all these have got a nice little bit around the middle, as you can see, whereas this doesn't. That's why it sounds a bit tinny. Perfect. Right, duplicate that. How long are we looking for time? 32 minutes. Alright, so halfway. Let's quickly save that. Make sure you save your projects. YouTube, piano, organ, deep house. Okay, so let's add some processing to this. EQ 8. Again, I keep saying, but I normally use a different EQ. EQ 8 is good, but it's not great. But it's good for quick stuff, whereas the other EQs aren't, and you end up staying in it for longer. So this sort of keeps you in the flow, I guess. Same with all the Ableton stuff, because it's so visual. Sort of keeps you in the flow. So let's also duplicate the piano. Gonna need another layer. Simple piano. Okay. Pitch it down to gross. Yeah, that ain't it. Don't know what else. We're gonna have to go to the cog. Again, you can use any piano for this. Piano. Okay, for the M1. Prog M1. Okay, so there's one trick Gorgon City use. They roll off anything over about 9K, I'm pretty sure. which works special on these pianos as they're very harsh and high frequencies. Got a lot of effects in it. Maybe let's keep them but lower them a bit. So it together.
And you never really say what you want.
Okay, let's add saturation. I like the bit warmer. Okay, this isn't really a mixing tutorial, more of just a how I make a track, and that is possible to make one under an hour. Adds a bit of grit. Let's lower the output. Alright, and let's get a side chain going. Using kick 2, that's probably a better option. But if not, I could do this. I never do this properly, to be honest. This basically so that the bass can come through. You don't want to go too far down where you can hear the piano is ducking, like that. But it's got to be enough so that the kick comes through a bit. So get as much as you can basically without going where you can actually hear it. You can't hear, there's no kick. Right, let's go for that. Okay, so we should probably start moving to the arrangement now. Although we haven't got a lot of stems going, but what we've got isn't too bad. So maybe let's start with the piano. Delete that. So it's just elongated chords, like so. Go through and do that with all of them. Delete that. Okay, so start with the arrangement. Drops generally going to fall at around 33 bars, which is obviously 32 bars. We start on the first, so let's drop that back there. Got all the drums in. Probably going to have a bit of clap come in just before the drop. Allocator, so drop. I normally do this so it gets less confusing. You know what's happening. So that, I guess that'll be the break. That would be the build. Oh. Okay, so get the bass. Korg. Start with the drums. Maybe delete the hats. Okay, so as we can clearly see, we're going to need a sort of race bass. So insert MIDI, Serum, or Reese. Go to Serum. Alright, so let's go do something. So I'm back. We're doing arrangement. Right, I think we were doing Reese bass. So pull that up. Just do it from scratch. So chuck a little filter on, take away the top amp. Have we got any MIDI? No. Right, so let's get the MIDI. Perfect. So you just need something with bass in it. Let's make it mono. Yeah, just a bit of bass to sit under the piano essentially. That piano's got way too much high end on it. So scale that down a bit. Let's also maybe chuck a filter on it. Okay, that sounded all right. Let's get a ride. Ooh. So a ride is one of them. Don't always have to have one, but it's good when you do. It's basically just a cymbal that keeps going crash, like just keeps crashing. Basically helps to add tension and also energy. Depends where you put it. So let's go 909. Right. That's going to be a bit harsh. So a bit of reverb on it. Bit of sidechain. So you can either sidechain it to the kick or you can sidechain it to the hat. It's completely up to you. So that's it with the kick. Let's go for the hat. Maybe a bit more reverb. Drown it a bit. Okay, let's maybe add a bit of vocal. Okay, so yeah, about there. Let's try not to get the next phrase into it. So maybe let's try and filter it down. Add a bit of delay. So ping pong, sync it 8 and bring it up. Put the filter on. This basically is an EQ for the ping pong. So if it's all the way up, they'll just be echoing the same amount. If you do that, then it'll only be doing those frequencies. Hate when it does that. Maybe let's automate it. So it's just a say. Yes, alright. Let's maybe lower it a bit. Maybe not ping pong. can't focus on that too long because we have only 15 minutes left, so Christ, we better crack on. So ends that. Right, let's chuck a filter. Proper fade it in. See that?
And you never really say. And you never really say.
Chuck an auto filter on the vocal. So maybe just bring the whole vocal in. Get that. Alright, so maybe a nice big white noise. I don't have many. That's horrible. Octopus, I think, has some. Effects. No, we want long. Maybe get rid of the first clappy bit. That could work. Of course, we need something to build up to it, so let's just get the same one. Shorten it a bit so it's not as much. Reverse it. Take the warp off. Reverse it. Bring it down a bit. Bring the vocal back. These hats is a good little trick. Auto filter helps build it up to the drop. And then maybe we could use this as a sub, as we are running out of time. So then get the EQ again. The EQ is not the most sensitive, so if we were cutting off, what we're cutting off on this one, so let's maybe duplicate that, chuck it on a sub. You can see, so anything below 200 we want from this new one. reciprocate that because there's a lot of spill. This EQ just isn't the greatest. That's why you sometimes got to do a lot of them just to get what you want. Just to take off a bit of the sub because you don't really need anything below 30 hertz. On this side chain the fuck out of it. Not a bad sub, very loud though. Christ, turn that off. Not happy with that, but I haven't got a chance to change it. Let's keep going. It's way too
And you never really say what you want from me, baby, but I know what you want, yeah, I know what you want.
Make sure this matches.
And you never really say what you want from me, baby, but I know what you want, yeah, I know what you
Get that side chain, chuck it on that. Okay, so I'd say it definitely needs more drums, just to add the energy and the tension.
And you never really say what you want from me.
Right, let's go on splice. Let's quickly grab. Let's just see what other loops we got. I've got a hat loop. It's just a bit shit though now. Okay. What else could we add? String. Definitely the string for the break. I normally use the Korg. They're not the greatest. There's also augmented strings. That's or it was free. I don't know if it still is. That's quite good. Let's just drag an M1 on that. String. Any really. Prog. Soft string. Can't go wrong. All you've got to do for the string is find whatever key you're in. So I think we were in E minor. So you just got to put an E for the string. Again, side chain it, same as the piano really. Higher, bit much. Okay, so that's not the nicest string, but we're gonna add EQ. Chuck it EQ 8 on that. Take away the defo need to sidechain that because that sounds a bit like hot ass.
And you never really say what you want from me, baby, but I know what you want, yeah.
Alright, so we got bass in. Okay, so it also need a little build. Let's just quickly find one. Bit EDM-y for my liking. Sorry, Big Z. This might sound like crap, but biggest problem we've got on this track is the kick is absolute bag of arse. Let's just go for a hefty one. All a bit over processed. Nope. Tech kick, defo not, but could do. Could be the headphones, but I'm pretty sure that's shit. Right, so that is it really. And also then when you finish a drop, you come back with just the piano. Also then add that big breakdown again. So yeah, that is gonna be it, I reckon. Yeah, if you want that, then it'll be my Patreon. I might finish up with it for you, so you can work with it or leave it as it is, and you can go through it yourself, and it'll be on track really. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And as always, in a bit.
Yeah.